Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Let's Play Disco Elysium. I'm Samuel.
And I don't think my stomach is feeling too well after the last one, man. Jesus.
I know, right? Good Lord. Let's see here. Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press and start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canada comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in
Remote?
front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Where are we on this?
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects
Right
it.
here.
He says his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out from the great ocean. Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey, Kim, what do all these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time.
Oh, gosh. Do we just want to be honest with I really have no idea, or the apologizing?
Apologizing.
Do it. Do it. Pull the trigger on that.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
That's not too many.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Shay, I already have a theory.
Okay, go on and share. What's the theory?
Okay. I get to do this on a stream for the first time. Here's the massive asterisk I have to put on this. 1, I do not have my degree yet. 2, even if I did have my degree, it would be highly unethical for me to diagnose anyone that would not be under my care. But 3, because this is a fictional character, I'm allowed to, just like a bunch of people who do have their degrees can come up with these theories and stuff as well. That's what people are good at. So, all of that out of the way. Consult an actual person with their credentials and all that stuff. Did he overwork himself into a mental breakdown?
It definitely feels like that. And people were joking that he was like the wonder cop whenever we were on the radio, and now to hear these kind of statistics, it definitely could be. To have that much trauma, and especially having to go through killing 3 people whenever you're solving 10 cases a year, over 200 cases solved. I can definitely see how that would tally up an emotional tab, so to speak.
Okay. How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
It gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to your yellow gardening gloves.
Dear.
It
Level
was
of detail.
integrated into it. I love when a game does something like that. That's amazing.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Name unknown. Oh, how? Hello. Cases solved, years in service. But so here's the stuff that we're kind of filling in as we go, I suppose. Interesting. Neat.
Mhm.
There's the one time I said I was boring. Here's the 2 times I did something sorry. I was a moralist once. I was a fascist once. Good cop, bad cop.
Jesus.
Amazing. Okay.
Do we want to check the
Inside,
toolbox?
You see a set of steering levers,
We
a
might.
radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But
Let's just put it back.
work
Don't take
is
anything.
work.
Yeah, for now. It's not like this car isn't going to be there if we need something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pry bar, chain cutters, hand cranked flat. I feel like that flashlight's going to be good for something.
Pull-out toolbox
Oh, yeah.
slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim
Oh,
didn't.
yeah, you got the number.
Yep. Kim didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through the static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Hello, this is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right.
She recognized...
Sir, what can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Aha! Someone
Yeah.
I can ask.
Mm-hmm.
You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
You can hear her tense up.
Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Okay, did you leave because of Gart?
What? No, why would you even think that?
He told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Again, what the heck did I do?
Ooh.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made that call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse.
What does this union have to do with anything?
No one calls the police. The Union would get angry.
What do you mean by that?
You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Wait, Kim. Lower your microphone. Is she speaking the truth? The union is law around here?
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Tell me why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to
This is the stuff I was waiting for. Your authority voice and your empathy voice are fighting each other now.
What others? I would kind of cut it down the middle.
I know, right? What others?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
What trouble?
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally.
That explains the little snot-nosed kid talking about squealing, too. He's got it, too.
Wait a minute. Is Garrett now a good guy covering for her? He sent her away because she actually did make the call? Or I'm trying to wrap my head around the...
I know,
whole
we've got
Garrett-
possibilities, Shay! The game's afoot!
Please,
Okay,
I
I'm
didn't
enjoying
want any
this.
trouble.
I see, don't worry about it. I'll understand.
You do?
Like, you don't want to push her too far.
What else can I do for you?
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
No, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
We're a detective. That's my excuse. I'm sorry.
Kim doesn't have a uniform, and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and
And what? What did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty
Wow.
graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Oh, good God. Off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I
Holy
remember this.
cow.
You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there. Some poor
Holy
sod was trying
cow.
to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
We are a world-class cop here. I mean, we're
I know.
really different.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Yes, but what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, "Big bucks cannot lie," and "Guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns." It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
Oh.
Have you seen my
Okay.
policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
She doesn't sound like she's actually that sorry. I think I got everything I need. Thanks.
I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why does she seem angry with you?
No, she
Are
doesn't
you
have a
kidding?
problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy, like God.
Okay. Yeah, I got a failure. That's amazing. Like, that was the only.
Jesus.
That was the only way I was gonna fail that roll, is if I rolled a failure. Okay, but I'm a guy. Sure, this isn't about me.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster.
Oh, no. No, 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 no.
I'm happy to help, but maybe I could do so without all this internalized misogyny.
What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love.
Oh,
You have to calm
God.
that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God himself. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. No, no.
Please,
Wait,
no.
Daddy. Jesus Christ, number 2.
I know, right? Please, no. I don't want any. I won't want to say any of those things. Refuse the love quest, although it is wonderful.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox. Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit's singularity lasts.
All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay, interesting. Spent our time, now let's try it again, kids.
I'm really curious about talking to the girl on the bench and asking her about the F the police signs.
You think it's the one group we were talking about?
I think it's us. I think it's the people in the town just absolutely hating how much of an asshat that we are.
Hello again, officer.
What is this F
How
the
are
police
you?
business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
The street sign says F the police.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
That's all right. I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, she didn't do it. I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably that gang that they were talking about, right?
What? Can we get to the guy that's across the street, or we're not able
There was
to?
a guy, wasn't there? I had noticed that earlier, and
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
the man mutters
like
to
him
himself, accenting the beats as he
A
goes.
simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Hi.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries and with the sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
He glances down the road.
Days.
So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mizzou.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Oh, has it?
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Know anything about the dead man? There's one hanging behind the hostel there.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Busy with what?
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
And your
I love
conclusion?
him.
I do too.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
What are you hauling anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Time to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
Okay, and what are you actually hauling?
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
I mean,
No. Do we really want to attempt things right now?
right. Another
The
question.
man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like, a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up.
Oh.
Precise demands and so on.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
What do you think the company wants?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He glances down the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes.
Don't be a stranger.
He gives you the salute with 2 fingers.
I don't really like the idea of us being navigated, not just in life, it sounds like, but by a lorry driver named Tom. He's one Tom away from actually being our navigation.
I know, right?
Also, the horse thing, my goodness.
Got our stuff together. Let's see if we can get a dead body down now. So a little snot can stop throwing rocks at it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below
Compressed
is
plus
tiny
6. Nice.
to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. Ha ha ha.
What?
The corpse laughs at you, pus dripping
Did-
from its mouth. You will never be
Is this
able to
impossible?
hold it.
Is this
It's always
rigged?
too much. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time.
Ooh, that is a bad state to be into.
Even though I got my stuff compressed, how is it
I'm
possible?
at a loss as well. I could swear your shit was together, detective.
Sometimes even that is not enough.
What do I do
Life.
now?
Officer, you just need to be stronger. Learn to keep it in long enough for us to work. There's nothing else to do.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and spending a skill point to upgrade your endurance. Gain new skill points by exploring and completing side tasks.
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere.
Do we have a skill point to spend?
We don't. We already spent it in endurance.
Yeah.
So,
I jumped ahead, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm curious if we can go and knock on Blondie's door upstairs, or we could ask for directions and see if we can find that apothecary.
the
then again, we
apothecary's
don't-
down the road, is what he said, so
But at the same time, we don't have any money.
we don't. Most able-bodied men, this issue hosts a top 10 list. Jump Jan's a popular...
Welcome to Revachol.
Okay, I'm just loving the caricature there.
Why are you addressing to my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, Fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
I mean, do we?
It feels like I really want to take the more diplomatic thing, and I don't think we've got the muscular ability to get into a fist fight now. But
Well, we're
I'll
not
leave it to
punching
you.
the guy. We're just punching the lieutenant's arm.
Oh, but I misread that. I'm sorry. I thought it said punching Lori.
Nah.
Anyway, my apologies.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his
You
fingers.
could ask him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching. Maybe he was present.
I was curious about the mug.
Yeah. I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
This is yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
Let me see the soles of your boots.
Been admiring the stompers, huh? Sure thing. Check them out.
He lifts his left foot, then the right.
On the bottom of the man's boots, you see an intricate tangle of treads with no immediately discernible pattern.
What's up with your soles?
It's Revachol.
Where did you get boots like that?
Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny.
But why?
For when the invasion comes, the last thing they'll see before the lights go out is illustrious Revachol.
It doesn't look like the lieutenant cares. He just makes a little note.
Whatever, those aren't the boots I'm looking for anyway.
The man bites his lip and drops the near-finished cigarette lingering between his fingers. He reaches for a new one.
We're done for now.
Do you need to talk to the lieutenant?
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful photo of two girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forget about all that. What is this fashion police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
So, who's the most stylish there? It can't be anyone from here.
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Before we go on, what is this?
I don't know. Frit?
And what is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier.
She
It
chews on her
doesn't.
gum with disgust.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Oh my god.
Hang on. This is 100% what Twitch chat would usually do, or what us being in Twitch chat. You hear someone say something on the stream, it's like, gee, I wonder where that comes from.
Yep.
5 seconds later with Wikipedia, here it is.
Yep.
I'm loving the encyclopedia.
Mm.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
Do you know the man who died?
not really.
Not really. Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it been there?
I don't know really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Have any ammonia for sale?
She looks up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes. What we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
She's such a good practitioner of customer
The till machine
service.
stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Whoa.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yes, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
I see. And how do I pick up tear for the tear machine?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
I will give this voice actress all due credit. She is done amazing at sounding like a teenager that doesn't give a crap. But
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
what's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Wait, did we not see the medicine cabinet, or?
Well, we didn't need it anyway. We tried that earlier with the...
Yeah, but it'll still give us a +1 to the roll too.
I'm not sure we have the money to get it that one. What are you?
But how much is it? We took the healing item, magnesium.
Medicine cabinet. I do not see... because that's the thing for getting money. Ah.
Are you holding the tab?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is...
She stops.
I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Can you be a little more specific?
No. Sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
I'm
really
trying
wish
to
we
sleep
could have
my
asked
pills
better.
and I'm failing, Shay.
Nosafed heals plus
I'm
1
sorry, we're
health.
gonna need you to re-roll for that.
Duramine heals plus 3 health. Magnesium heals plus 1 morale. Hypnogamma heals plus 3 morale.
Who is Saint Baptiste?
Saint Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far as almost anyone knows, at least.
Yeah, and see, they're not making any ammonia show up because we already tried the ammonia trick. So,
Was this actually an actually that's not an actually there? It's like, well, there's not really an actually, it's just literally what's on the container.
yeah, one of those few times where it says what it says on the tin.
Mhm.
Oh, and the clock's in military time, Shay.
It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Remember, all you do is take away 2. So in this case, it would be 1 p.m.
There he still is, looking right through.
Oh wait, we can review one of the case logs, and that's gonna eat up 30 minutes. Can we pull out the clipboard and do that?
We could. I'm not sure if it's more along the lines of another 30 minutes that we would need to do, or... But we'll
Or
check
if
it
it's
and
just
see.
like a time skip.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of... It takes about half an hour to piece one together. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options.
I mean, Shay, can you guess which one of these that I'm going to say?
Oh, we've got to remove it. It is wrong. Absolutely. No, we've got to keep it. Keep the mural. It's right. Honestly, as far as the mural itself, it sounds like we're destroying a Banksy.
I know.
Or,
like, my first instinct is get rid of the dang thing, right? But at the same time...
it kind of feels like that's what they're trying to lead us to. Like, would you destroy a Banksy? Would you shred it? Would you paint over it?
I mean, Banksy destroyed a Banksy, but that's beside the point.
Well, he destroyed a Banksy to pull a Banksy, so...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the whole middle class thing, Shay. Am I really going to have to...
I mean, is the elite trying to... actually, why would you target the middle class and not the poor?
I know. That's a weird little detail, ain't it?
That's so outside of what we normally see. My brain is like just shutting down with this. Okay, remove the mural.
It's still some elitists being pissy.
A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done?
Okay.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
We have jumped ahead from 1306 to 1355 now.
Yep. Ask your station for audition. Oh no.
We're gonna have to do that.
Yep.
And we need to find a pawn shop too.
Because that may be where our gun went.
Okay, we're really trying this again.
Still is, looking right through.
Put skill points into endurance to open this white
The body
check.
below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Is this gonna like...
I swear.
Is it...
I swear. If we roll low again, I'm gonna...
There he still is, looking right through you. As you breathe in...
It's about dang time!
It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
I bet that's his belt. The one that was missing.
Would make sense. Let's give it a try.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, they're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
Forget about the notebook, tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor. Or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
The material
Ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Good lord. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
It's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
He's looked pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock
A
on the
small
boot.
bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Look. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
With it decomposing, actually, you have a point.
But what's the thought process? What are we expecting to find?
I don't know.
I'm all for it. Let's grab him. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This feels dangerous, though, when your own senses are telling you.
Well, our own senses have been wrong before. Don't ask me to pick a specific example. I'm just...
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Yes!
Mike's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't.
Indeed.
Okay.
From this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
These boots go super well with my belt bottom. No.
Are we not detectives? Maybe there could be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides,
He taps on the boot.
there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Steal a dead man's boots, but that would be dishonorable. Refuse for honor.
Alright then.
Yeah.
You pay the hostel bill in honor points. How many honor points have you collected?
Oh.
What's gonna happen to the boots then?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently, this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
Because you can't just cut it, right?
Right.
How'd they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Or assuming dock walkers from the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Oh, Jeebus.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper off his zipper of his orange
He
jacket.
takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
God, these kids.
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines
I
there.
have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Oh, predictably.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting
A
again.
sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
What do we need the photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me who you are, dead man.
I'm gone.
Oh, wow.
Hot dang. We had a 50-something shot at that. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
I'm getting Millennium vibes now.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Coppo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination. Go ahead.
Jesus, that was a SpongeBob reference.
You fucking love questions.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can't get the damn compartment in my ledger open.
The blue heart. Oh, that's good shit. You'll love it. Just press down and fuck it open like you always do. Fuck it hard. Copopo the clown.
He means force. It'll work.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go.
Oh my god.
Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, you loony.
Yeah, enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams.
with that, we will finish this part of the investigation next time. If you guys want to follow all of our other Let's Plays, head on over to tscn.tv/play. And until next time, play on and see you guys.
Later.
This has been a production of the Samcast Network, tscn.tv. What's your passion?